I'm Bill.
And I'm Candace.
And
we're the Disruptors. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to come in, and I noticed that you weren't dragging your knuckles as far this time.
No. And you realize it's just after 10 o'clock, so I'm actually awake for this?
Barely.
That's very true.
Barely. Because you don't wake up and even talk. You grunt and groan.
And that's right. And how did they let you in? Oh, that's right. You live here.
I'm always awake.
I see.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Good enough.
I'm on it.
You're on it all the time. Did you bring the jelly? Because these gentlemen are going to be talking about peanut butter this morning.
You know what? I did not bring the jelly.
You did not bring the jelly.
I have a variety of nut butters.
I'm not going to go any further with the show. We are family-orientated, G-rated, so we'll just stop there and continue on. Yes.
Well, you know what, Bill?
What's that?
You've just revealed your mind to us. Thank you. What we have in our studio today is nothing but sheer amazement and awe.
And so you're going to introduce them, of course.
Of course I am. Chris is in the audience. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you.
We can't seem to get rid of him.
I know. I locked him in the restroom. How'd he get out?
I don't know.
No, okay.
I don't know. I even sent.
Let me out.
Did the dog let you out?
Well, I sent Roger after him, but obviously Roger was too busy with the hens.
Well,
yeah, it's a family show. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is I have the absolute honor and privilege of welcoming Rory Pitts and Luke Weaver of Tahoma Homes Northwest. Welcome, gentlemen, to the show.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Glad to be on, you guys.
This morning we're going to talk about peanut butter.
We're going to talk. Well, we've been talking about peanut butter for a long time now. We're going to recap the peanut butter.
Oh, we're going to recap.
We don't want to hear about it.
We've actually had dreams of peanut butter.
Yeah.
In the entire month of August.
Flashbacks.
Have they turned into nightmares yet?
Yeah. Closest thing I can reckon to a flashback. Yeah.
You know, and I'm just glad to know that you're the one that gets in trouble for saying something inappropriate on the show. Because normally it's me that says something inappropriate. So
jump right in there.
Not my show, so I'm not going to.
Feel free.
We do understand that you do have a show.
We do. Where should we start? I mean, we're kind of like squirrels. We just kind of will jump all over the place.
We do a show. every Thursday, 10 a.m. We do it usually from the Anthem Coffee Shop down in Puyallup, which is kind of cool because we have random people that buy. But yeah, 10 a.m. every Thursday, live with Luke and Rory, and we just talk life. So yeah, make fun of each other and
have a good time.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I mean, the key to that is that, you know, we're both in real estate. You said, you know, Tahoma Homes Northwest. Thank you for plugging us. Plug it in.
Absolutely.
But the nice thing is that we are in real estate, but we could bore everybody to death about real estate. And so instead of doing that, we do the Facebook Live show to let everybody know who we are.
Absolutely.
And basically, it gives everybody a chance who, if they're looking to buy or sell a house, they're going to know who we are right from the get-go. So it's going to avoid that awkwardness when we first get together. Because if they want to work with us, they're crazy enough to work with us, then it's going to mesh. And if you know, we're not everybody's cup of tea, so if they see us on there and they're like, oh my gosh, we're not working with those guys.
No.
We saved everybody some time.
You bet.
It's a version of love them or leave them.
Yeah. Well, that's a smooth way of doing it. Now, I've tried to do that with Candace for the last 3 years.
His problem is
working.
Okay, his problem is that people will come in there, and first of all, they think we're married, and we're not. So I've been accused of being married to Bill on multiple occasions. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Tough break.
No.
Oh. Yeah. It is when the husband's sitting at the end of the table. Gee, Christy, you can't imagine.
Right? So when are you two moving in? We're not. And then the other thing is that he comes back usually to the office complaining because he's like, oh, everybody was asking, where's Candace?
Yeah.
And they love you. I do not.
Or, who are you, by the way? You're always with Candace. You know, that type of attitude.
His children actually cornered him.
You're just the arm candy. That's all.
Yeah, that's it. And the arm's just not working. It's just not right.
Broken arm. Yeah.
Broken in half. You know?
Not Brokeback Mountain, Brokeback Bill.
Terrible, yeah.
Hey-o.
Shots fired. All right.
So tell us about your nut drive. Your nut butter
Peanut
drive.
butter.
Well, no, it's not a peanut butter.
Gosh.
Did you guys specifically do peanut butter? Because I'm doing a nut drive too. But I mean, mine is on for multiple nuts.
Are you aware of this?
But
Yeah, she started with mine first.
I Don't possess them anymore.
Actually, I did. I went through the pantry. I said, no butter for you. No nut butter for you, mister. You're being cut off.
There went my family rating right down the toilet.
So are we going to cut that out and post op?
Probably not.
It'll be a 5-second show if we keep this up.
Yeah. So I'll let you go with the Rory.
Okay.
Where it came from, the idea and all that.
Yeah, so I got a friend who lives over on the East Coast, and she's also in real estate. And we kind of made a connection through Snapchat.
Oh.
So back in 2015, 2016, when Snapchat was just becoming popular with everybody, the teens already loved it, but it was becoming popular with adults. That's how I met Shannon Milligan. And she's a real estate agent over there in Virginia. And one of the things I saw that she did was a peanut butter food drive.
A peanut butter food drive.
And I thought to myself, okay, that's kind of interesting. So I think it was 2015. I got to get my years right. Let's see, we're in 2018 right now.
Oh, you're dating yourself now.
Yeah, I know.
I can't go that far back.
So it was in...
Throw me a bone.
So actually it was in 2016.
2016, yeah.
Yep. That I was with a different brokerage, and we went down to help with the Puyallup Fairgrounds to collect food on the first day of the fair. Because what the fair will do, they work with the food bank, and people come and they can donate food and they get into the fair for free. And so I'm down there and I'm helping, and I happen to find the old director of the food bank, Shanna, which she's an amazing person. She actually ran into me last week at Anthem.
With a car? Or
No, not with a car. No, but I mean, she basically tackled me like a linebacker. Because she's like, Rory! Comes over, gives me a big hug. She's no longer, I mean, she retired from the food bank. But it was just great to see her. Anyways, I was talking to Shanna, and I said, hey, I got a friend over on the East Coast, collects peanut butter for their local food bank. Is that something that you guys have a need for? And before I could say need for, she said, yes! And she explained to me that peanut butter is a great source of protein. It has a long shelf life, and it helps a lot of families with their nutrition.
That's true.
Sure.
And so I right then and there, I said, okay, that's it. That's what we're going to do. So we did a food drive, a peanut butter food drive in October of 2016, and we collected about 142 pounds of peanut butter. You know, that's pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
And then last year, I switched brokerages, was kind of doing it on my own, and collected about 320 pounds of peanut butter. And that was pretty good. We had a last minute donation, and it was really nice. And so this year, as Luke and I partnered up, I told Luke, I said, this is something we got to do. You know, I've been doing it the last 2 years. We got to incorporate this into what we're doing. And he's like, yep, I'm all on board for it. And so we had a chance to sit down with the new director of the food bank. Did a Facebook Live show with him. It was a lot of fun. And he told us that for every pound of peanut butter that is donated to the food bank, it helps one family. Wow. And so that kind of blew us away, thinking in the past, 320 families got helped in 2017,
sure.
and so on.
Yeah.
And so we set a goal of 500 pounds this year. Figured nice increments. Let's keep it going. 500 pounds is a good solid number.
Good solid number.
And so come August, we started the drive. And it kind of started off a little bit slow. The first week, I think we probably had maybe 10, maybe 12 pounds of peanut butter. And I was kind of like, it's gonna take some...
this might be painful.
Yeah. So Luke had an opportunity to go off to Hawaii for his sister's wedding. So Luke was gone for about a week. And then when Luke came back, that's when our combined powers, almost like superpowers here, our combined powers...
there's nothing super about it.
We got to start... we just started knocking on doors of businesses and talking to people and our, using our connections and our friendships, relationships, and all stuff like that. And one day, he texts me out of the blue and says, "Are you ready for this?" And I'm like, "What? It could be anything. We're in real estate."
Well, one of our partners is, and to go back to the whole Hawaii thing real quick, one of our partners is Advanced Septic down in Sumner.
Oh, okay.
And that came about from a really good friend of mine that I've had for years, and he's their chief financial officer. And he came to us earlier in the year and said, "Hey, how could we be more of a partner with you guys?" And so, because of that, we became friends with the Gunya family, who owns A Advanced. And Jeremiah, one of the sons, has been very instrumental in helping us out with a lot of things this year.
Sure.
And while I was in Hawaii, Jeremiah said something. We were doing the Facebook Live show, and Rory was over here, and I was in Hawaii out on my lanai, just rubbing it in his face, and
listening to the chickens in the background.
Having the hard life.
Poor guy.
And just suffering over there. Suffering terrible.
Jeremiah said something on our live show, and then as he's talking, I'm watching Rory, and all of a sudden Rory goes, "Hey, there goes Jeremiah!" Like you could see him drive by in front of Anthem, and a minute later, Jeremiah pops into the back of the screen with 80 pounds of peanut butter in his hand.
Holy smokes!
And he's like, "Hey, this is from Advanced Septic," and we're like, "Oh, you guys are amazing." And that just kind of took off, I think, with Jeremiah when he saw how excited we were.
Yeah.
So that led to one day he told me he texted us and said, "Stand by, I got something big for you guys." And I said, "Okay." And so it was like a week later, I think, that he called me. I got a phone with you, and you can tell about that conversation.
Yeah. So Luke calls me up and he says, "Hey, we got to go down to Advanced Septic tomorrow, pick up some peanut butter." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool." He goes, "Yeah, about 500 pounds." And my mouth just dropped. I couldn't believe that's our goal. Our goal was 500 pounds, and we were chucking along pretty good. I think at that point we were at maybe 350.
Yeah.
So we were getting close to our goal, but then to have them say, "We've got 500 pounds," and the cool thing about what they did with Advanced Septic is not only did they champion the cause, but they reached out to their competitors.
They challenged him.
Oh.
They challenged Drain Pro and Flowhawks and all these other that are in their industry and just said, "Hey, we donated over 100 pounds, match it." And, for competitors to come together the way they did, it was pretty... When we showed up that day, and it was not just Advanced there, but their competitors were standing there, and there was a total, it ended up being over 600 pounds.
Yep.
It was all just stacked up in there. It was really, jaw dropped. And then to take it further, we did a live broadcast from there, just to give them all credit and make sure
Absolutely.
we did that. And we get through the whole thing. It was really cool because we had my daughters with us, my two oldest, and so they got to see that. And then we get to the end, and Jeremiah says, "Can I say something?" And we're like, "Yeah, go ahead." And you can just see him well up, like he starts to get tears in his eyes. And so Rory goes over there and puts his big bare arms around him, and he tells the story. He says, "Hey, 30 plus years ago, essentially, there were two young kids with a young family, and they didn't have much. And it was other people that kept a peanut butter on my plate for a snack, and kept us from starving. And it meant something to him. And to see his story come around 30 years later, basically, and he got to be a part of that whole thing was really." I think that was the first time we really saw the impact that it could have on the community, when we saw competitors come together as, champions for the same cause, and then saw someone who's made so much with their life coming from that background. It was really an incredible moment. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. And that was I think, with about a week to go. And so we collected all the peanut butter. Got to thank Envoy Mortgage for allowing us to store it there. We're with a new brokerage, and so our brokerage is virtual.
Oh,
and
virtual.
So we don't have...
It's kind of hard to put peanut butter in a virtual, isn't it? Yeah.
And my wife was like, when are we going to get this peanut butter out of the house? So,
and it was cool. Even to take it a step further, we were talking about the support in the community. We're big on the give where you live kind of a thing. But we had my wife's best friend sent us 20 or 40 pounds from Denver. Wow. A buddy of mine shipped 50 pounds from Seattle. We had people on the East Coast and California sending us stuff. I got home twice and just had boxes of peanut butter on my doorstep. I had no idea where they came from. Like, it was just like, I just put a thank you out. I'm like, I don't know who you are, but you obviously follow us, so...
And we had the coffee business up in Bellingham that donated.
Yeah, we while I was in Hawaii, my sister owns a coffee shop. I'll plug her, Rainbow Joe's in Kauai. They're the #1 coffee business in the islands.
Oh wow,
they're
and they're
awesome.
Not underwater, or
no, they're amazing. And so at the wedding, their main coffee supplier is Hammerhead in Bellingham, and so the owners came, Mary and Scott, great people, and I got to hang out with them for a couple of days, and I had a lot in common. And so we got back, and of course we became Facebook friends and all that. She saw what we were doing, and she messaged me and said, "What's your address?" And actually, I know we have a check in the mail that allowed me to go pick up another 40 or 50 pounds of peanut butter.
God, that's fantastic.
So it was just, it poured in from everywhere. We were really blown away. And so we sat down at Envoy or a couple weekends ago and started counting, and we employed his daughter Kaylee and just said, "Hey, whatever we tell you, write down and start adding." And she got done and she's like, "You guys ready for this?" And I was thinking like 1,200 pounds. I was kind of like trying to guesstimate, and she was like 1,839 pounds.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah, it just
So, and I, if we could plug next year already, it's funny because we got done with it, and as much as we love doing it, we were like, "Oh my gosh, done with peanut butter for a little while."